Hello and welcome to the Insight Podcast, which is a podcast about insight, which is why we called it that. You already know what we do here because we've done it many times now. And so we've got some more people from the, why do I always forget the team, although you are crew. So introduce yourselves again. As always, I don't tell you how to introduce yourself, what order, so you can do that in whatever order you want.
I'm Ben. I'm 18 years old from Scotland, and I am the cinematographer for Insight.
All right, so I'm Rob. I'm 17-year-old. I'm from Derbyshire, and I am the editor for Insight.
Love the energy.
Looking at this image of the three of us and me being the oldest.
How old are you again? 19?
19, yeah. I turned 19 sort of midway through. It was in June, so we started and I was 18. But now I'm 19.
Time flies.
Quite. So the first question is the same question as always, which is, of course, what inspired you to, go into the industry and take on the roles that you're doing now?
I'll let you go first there.
All right, okay, so sure. Right, I was about 6. I started doing stop motion was how I started. So I got some Play-Doh, this like tiny little grey camera that was like 144p and could store about 20 photos on. And I would just go back and forth between the computer and the camera and produce stop motions. And then I had a stop motion addiction. So I would just make stop motions every day. And they'd be like 2 frames a second. I think some of the ones I have on my computer are Harry versus Voldemort versus Ninjago on a boat. And we used to just whenever we couldn't be bothered to do any more stop motion, we'd get up a Lego game on the Wii and then just record the screen while the Lego characters in the video game had a fight. So that's how I started. Once I made so many stop motions, I decided to move on to making real life films, with my brother. So there's a 40-minute film called Power Kids, which is me and my brother in the garden with lightning bolt effects from Microsoft Paint, dancing around to copyrighted Lion King music. And then I got my friends involved in primary school. We made an action film called Mission Destroy and a couple more, where I got the entire class in a field to AC/DC, put it together. And then I took it more seriously and got less friends and been making short films. I'm still always making short films, basically. I never stop, but I chose editor because that's my favourite part of the process because I really get to turn all that footage into something you can view and be entertained by. So I decided to go with editing in the end because I'd have the most fun with editing. And I'd have to do a lot of editing because my footage was questionable after going into the with a small camera with my friends. Over time, I got a knack for editing and that. And certainly the short films have improved since then.
That's good. I like it. Okay, so where did it start? I'd say when I was about maybe 12 or something, or maybe even a bit younger, but this is kind of when I was first kind of starting to get interested. I was helping my sister with her YouTube channel, where she did little original songs, and I created her music videos. They're not the best, but I'm not going to leak the channel because I have featured in some of them as well. So not going to mention that. But yeah, through that I kind of got an interest in editing, especially, as well as cinematography. And we did loads of videos and stuff and got some decent views in that. But that's where I started to kind of realize I had a skill set already for this filmmaking. But then it wasn't really a bit later down the line when I actually realized when I was thinking, what should I actually do when I'm older? I was like, well, I've got a talent for that. So I just thought, why not use that to the best of my ability and go with that? So I just started looking in, researching my own stuff, got my first DSLR, which was really exciting because I loved the idea of having your own gear and stuff like that. And I've created a few little films / videos since then, mainly kind of commercial kind of based things. So I've done things for like a few small businesses who like are friends of people I know and stuff. Also, I've done some promotional material for like my clothing brand and stuff. So yeah, just kind of went from there, and then I'm here now. Skills have improved a bit since then as well. So it's just like a whole learning experience, but that's kind of how I started out as well.
Awesome. I did a little bit of YouTube as well. I was encouraged into it by my friends because I used to do Minecraft videos in primary school. So it'd be like a 10 frames a second webcam screaming. But I developed them. I ended up unboxing a Barbie doll. My friend bought me a Barbie doll and told me to make a video on it. So I did a video. I unboxed and reviewed a Barbie doll, and I just went from there making videos like that for a bit on YouTube.
That's pretty interesting. Barbie doll, was it Ken or was it?
No, it was Barbie. It was Barbie, but it was just her head, and you had to like comb it. But I was just being like stabbing the box and everything on her head. It was
adding a little twist to the video.
Yeah, add a little twist.
Yeah. Only a shoot.
Oh God! Your guys sound like the type of thing I wanted to do, but I never really had either the motivation to do it or people like willing to do it for me. Like my mates were like, no. When I was like, you do this, and like, I don't really feel like it. But like, I got some of my own equipment just over there. I'm not gonna get it out because it's a hassle. But I've got a green screen which I've barely ever used. Like I'm gonna get a green screen. It's gonna be so cool. And I'm not using it that much.
I remember getting my first green screen because I had a software called Pinnacle Studio that my grandparents gave to me, and it could do very basic chroma key and stuff like that. I got the green screen, so straight away I started trying to do weather programs. And there's an image of like young me on a shaky camel, the worst keying of a green screen you've ever seen, talking about how there's rain in Scotland while pointing at the ocean. And because I couldn't see what I was pointing at, I was just pointing at the screen. So I always remember the green screen. No,
stereotypical saying there's rain in Scotland.
I know, how unusual. No, but green screens are like really hard to use. Like I've done it a few times, but I've not done it recently. That you kind of need a good quality camera so you can get that effect.
Yeah, and, it's the lighting of it I found hard because still to this day I got some lights and they broke very quickly. But I usually just use tons of lamps and torches and just collect them all together. Try and get some sort of lighting, but it was never even on the green screen. So I'd be keyed out, but there'd just be this disgusting green noise all over the screen I could never get rid of. But no, I can do green screens now. This is when I was younger. Don't worry. If Insight requires some sort of green screen, I've got you.
Don't think it does, does it?
No.
So talking about Insight, obviously you are the editor of the film, Rob, and we've all been in lockdown, but we wanted to promote the film and get some stuff out there. So you've had some trailers and stuff. So how have you found editing those remotely? Did you find any challenges, or did you have fun with it, or how has that been for you?
No, it's been a really different, clever experience. I think one of my favourite things is making teaser trailers. I've always enjoyed making trailers, but usually I'm making them from the footage of the actual film. So to do some trailers in pre-production that have been written, and I was thrilled. I mean, for the first one, I got through like 20 takes from Beth and Alex, 20 good takes, like straight away. And I had plenty of time to mix it together and audition. So I was just pumped that I had such a selection of good takes and a great script and a great concept. It's been really fun, and it has been a challenge because I hadn't done, say, the captions in the way that I had, or the audio spectrum in the way that I had. So always learning new stuff with every editing task I'm given. But I think it turned out well. and I've really enjoyed doing the teaser trailers. I can't wait to do a trailer from the footage from the film as well. I think it's going to be looking really good.
You've been able to turn it around really quickly as well, because the amount of work you've been thrown.
Well, yeah.
You say that the other day you sent me a picture of, I think it was one of the podcasts exporting. It was like 5 hours time to export.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Ben, you know you made those like Spectral logos and that?
Yeah.
They're so good that they're like 8K files. And I've realised whenever I have like a Spectral logo in the Premiere timeline, it adds 3 hours to the export time.
What, just by putting the logo?
That one thing adds 3 hours.
My new tactic, I've had to take all the logos and then make them worse quality so the export's quicker.
God.
You made our logo too good.
It's too
Made
good.
the logo too good. Never before have I had a too high quality file that I've had to load.
You should have just asked me to compress it. I'll do
No, it's fine.
3 hours extra for a logo.
Yeah.
Now that is insane.
mental. That is mental.
Yeah.
But no, it's been
And on that point, you've been doing a lot of our graphic design stuff. You designed our website for us, Ben. So, how has that process been for you? How have you found that?
Yeah, it's been good to get that extra experience. I've always been interested in like graphic design. Done a few different logos. I've kind of just progressed in my skills. And in terms of website design, I got my own website at the moment too. So we use a different kind of platform. So I've been learning with that, and I think it turned out quite well. The kind of look of it has all the information you need. But yeah, it's been fine working remotely. I've asked Rob for input and stuff, and we've all been kind of working together. The logos I know Rob was coming up with his design as well, and we kind of merged them as well at the end of it, which turned out to be like probably the best one we could get. But it's been good, yeah.
the website's so good.
Website's really good.
Yeah, really, really good.
Right.
But haven't you got to make another 2 now? Didn't people buy websites in the crowdfunder?
Yeah, so 2 people have bought that and got the reward for that. So I've emailed them and just waiting, and we've got to get a brief going, and then 2 websites. Don't know how long that's going to take exactly, but
Big website job.
got to see if I can squeeze some time in probably after the shoot now, really.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean, that's the credit to it, that they saw your website and then wanted their own one. That's what got them to get the rewards. So I think you're going to be a busy man, though, doing both.
I know. Stressful times.
It does it really good. I remember when Bailey was first like, we need to, start brainstorming like production company ideas and logos and stuff. And I put mine in, which was quite basic.
It was good.
Design.
I liked yours.
Yeah, but then you put yours in. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you like make it look good.
I mean, no, yours was great. I think there were different styles. Like, Spectral logo was beautiful abstract.
What was your one again? It was the
Visionary.
Visionary.
Visionary. I think
Was it eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the eye, and it had the camera in the eye.
It was good. I liked it.
Mm.
It reminded me of the serif logos I had on like the serif Photoshop and stuff. So it looked really professional.
Yeah, it looked good. I liked it.
If you say so.
What was the names we thought of before? It was like Wolfpack and
Wolfpack. I think there was Pride Productions.
yeah.
I think at one point we came up with Greenhouse, didn't we?
Yeah, and then we realised that.
And then we realised, oh wait, there's already.
Bailey's friend's company that we're working with.
What?
That's crazy.
We also had BAS.
Oh no.
Which ended up not using.
No. What does that stand for again?
Big Ass Studios. Is what that stands for.
I think
Arjun genuinely wanted to use it.
Actually, yeah. Just not obviously say the
just BAS and never explain it.
Yeah. Because we were struggling. We were struggling.
We were, because every suggestion was like, no, there's already like a youth theatre group with that name, so we can't use it.
I know.
So here's a fun little hypothetical question for you. if you were to do this process again, but as a different role in the crew, what role would that be?
Well, I initially, when I started like the audition for this course, I actually put my name down for editor. So I always thought like I quite like the editing side as well. But Rob kind of mentioned to me, he was like, "Oh, your cinematography really stands out," and I kind of just thought about it for a bit. I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
I mean,
it really does.
I kind of was like, it's an interesting part as well. I kind of got a lot more involved and interested in that side. But I like the editing side as well, because there's so many different creative ways you can actually like do with the footage and stuff. But it's obviously very time consuming and stressful. So I'll leave that to Rob.
Oh, wait till you're on set with the camera, everyone a metre away from you, and you've got half an hour to shoot the last 2 scenes.
Oh, don't even. See, the thing is, I've never used this camera before, so I'm trying to kind of learn the basic manual of this camera before I go, so I have an idea of how to actually operate it properly. But
absolutely. No, I think funny enough, I would go for cinematographer.
would you?
You just
Maybe
swap.
the next film will swap round. No, because I've always shot my own films. I mean, I invested in a Canon DSLR, one of the entry-level ones, a couple of years back, and ever since using that, I've always loved just composing the shots and, you know, creating meaning with the shots. I think cinematography and editing, they go hand in hand. So I always really enjoyed both of those. I think editing came at the top as my favourite for this course, because I was always writing in my media studies and stuff about the meaning of editing a little bit more. But honestly, if we were to swap round for the next film, that'd be great, because we could both experience different things. Because I love the cinematography, and I've always done like low budget cinematography. So I'd always be trying to figure out a way, how can I use this video camera and this lamp to try and create something that's more professional than it was last time. So definitely.
That's good.
I'm not an editor though. I think the last few times when that question's been turned back on me, I've said writer, but I don't know, because I don't mind editing. And I find I'm competent at it. Like, some people really struggle with it, but I sort of get it enough to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Normally, like when I do in A-levels stuff, when you'd be working in a group, and they you've all got to edit a version of your short film or your advert or whatever, and then you do a group edit, but it would just be me in the group doing it, and then that would be the group edit, because the other guys were just pissing about. I
can't say whether I relate to that, because chances are my media class probably watching, so I've got to be careful. But it's always good fun when you watch those group edits, when you film something together. I remember we were given a homework. We had like a week to film a short film, and we went to the woods to film this. What was it? Teenage Murders in the Woods. That's how original it was. But we filmed it in half an hour because one person was sick. The SD card physically snapped. Everyone's bike chain broke off. And carrying like 3 bikes and a tripod home and stuff. But everyone had this one. Watching everyone's different edit was just great, because they all came out so different. So different. Yeah. We used the exact same footage. So no, I get what you mean. It's always interesting.
We never had a film studies class in our like school, but in business class once we did actually like create an advert for like, so it was like a product at Tesco or something like that. It's like a new product you're bringing out. So I created a little Christmas advert thing. It was, I think it was like Heinz beans, but pigs in blankets flavored. So,
what?
I don't know how I came up with that, but I thought it would be a good idea at the time. Obviously not, but yeah, I showed that to the class, and they actually quite liked. I stole some drone footage online, like some Christmas white snow houses and stuff. because I definitely don't have a drone. I mean, you do, Rob, but
Have a what, sorry?
you have a drone.
I do have a drone. Yeah, that's true. It's no, I got that. I fly around. It's funny because I went to some video cinematography convention in the NEC, and I went to this drone show, and there's so many rules. I had no idea. I was thinking I'm gonna go fly it here, but it's got to be like 150 meters away from a road and like 50 meters away from my house and stuff. I wonder how anybody flies a drone up without getting arrested. Without like a police van drifting around the corner and pulling them in.
This segue is always the same. The segue goes like this. The segue goes. So this film is being produced by the National Youth Film Academy. Well, what was it for you guys? What was it that attracted you to the National Youth Film Academy as an organisation, and the Set Ready course as a course for you guys?
So I was going to go to uni. Well, I am going to uni, but I was kind of on the fence between either doing film studies or filmmaking or business, because they're kind of my both main passions. So I was going to all the open days for the film courses because I was kind of settled on that for a long time. I was like, you know what, I just want to do that. But I mean, the course wasn't like brilliant. It was like passable, but it just wasn't like, there's some limitations to the course and stuff, which I didn't like as much. But I felt like I needed another way to get into the industry instead. So that's kind of when the National Youth Film Academy popped up in it. And I kind of looked into it. I was like, well, this is a great idea. I could do my business studies on like the main path and then have my film like on the side. So by doing these courses and stuff. And I also think the importance of the course is that you're meeting these like-minded people who all have the same interests and same skills, and it's all about creating contacts, and which you can use for like future projects and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with my decision to not do the film course at university, because there are other ways you can even learn it yourself, really. So that's kind of what attracted me as such to joining this course this year.
Yeah, I mean, so I was heading into, I just finished my GCSEs when I was looking at it, so I'm a bit behind you guys. But I was looking at A-level options and university options. And so for my A-level, I did a triple BTEC in media, creative digital media, and I did an A-level in economics because it interested me as well. But I wanted something different as well, because as great as the media course is, it is different. There's a lot of theory and a lot of different units in different areas, which I love. You know, I love writing about the meaning of this, the meaning of that, but I really wanted a way to get ahead. I was very career thinking at the time. All I was thinking was, how can I get ahead? And I just wanted to upscale my productions, because for 10 years at this point, it had been me as this one-man crew. And, you know, as much as I have friends that are willing to help out and they're great, I really wanted to join somewhere, as Ben said, with like-minded people that I can work with. And being in a team of 18 like-minded, skilled people with real work ethic for the film is perfect. This is a huge upscale. And that was what I was looking for. I was like, I need to work on a production that's just 10 times the size of the last one. And, you know, I've gone from a film for a £300 budget to now on a 5.2K budget film that's got the National Youth Film Academy producing it. It's got a bit of clout to it, and we've got a campaign. It's just that, it's perfect. It's worked out really, really well. And I think it's going to help segue into some practical experience and some more career experience. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's all about the practice. You can learn everything about filmmaking theory, but if you are not making the films and you haven't got any experience in actually producing the films and cinematography and editing, then you're not going to go far, but unless you have that experience behind you. It's all about practice, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think there hasn't been a single day since October when I haven't opened an Adobe application. Even before the NYFA, I kept myself busy with editing work, but I wanted to do it with others, this teamwork, this Zoom teamwork, working with others. It's been perfect, it's been great. And it's challenged me. I wanted a challenge, so I've got one.
The student Adobe package helps as well, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, a lot
60% off. Mine's running out soon, so.
So it's going to move up to the next amount.
No, yeah, because it's an annual subscription. So I bought it this time last year.
But run out before we did a film.
Does it change? Does it change pricing then?
No, you just have to pay it again for the next year.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping.
Okay. I was doing it monthly, so that's probably.
So you mentioned about obviously working remotely, and you mentioned, Ben, about not having used this type of camera that we're using on the film before, and trying to get a basic understanding of that, so you can just get on with it whilst we're filming. And so, how have you found sort of that preparation for, because your jobs, the roles you're here to do, obviously, Rob, you've been editing our trailers and design the websites and stuff. You've been doing stuff, but the main focus of your roles will be, in the production and post-production of it. So how have you found sort of preparing for that in terms of doing shot lists and potentially storyboards, if you've been doing those, I don't know, and just the general sort of preparation of being there and doing it?
So the kind of main task that we need to finish off before the shoot is the story. The shot list, which is important. But I think we've literally only got 2 more scenes to create a shot list for at the moment. But we're obviously going to look into it further and tidy up and make sure everything's pretty perfect, so we know exactly what we're going to be doing. And I've also been looking at the gear that we're going to be using, just so I can understand how I'm going to use it, because when we get there, we don't even have that much time. So we got to make sure we can set it up quickly and know exactly how to operate it. But we also get the day on the 15th, I think we can hopefully get the camera just to see how it works and everything. But that's kind of main areas that I'm kind of considering at the moment. It has been a bit more challenging because the way we are communicating at the moment online, if I'm on a Zoom call with Arjun, it's different than being in person, because you can't sit down and look at the storyboards together. So in that sense, it's been a challenge, but it kind of just shows you that it is completely possible to do everything remotely. Like, the amount of work all of us have put in to actually doing this film so far, there's not been any issues really when it comes to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of what I've been doing to prepare is I've been scavenging Adobe forums for how to solve technical problems. Most of my preparation is looking at what are the most common technical problems with Premiere, what are the most common issues with certain types of footage, because I'm glad that they're using Premiere and the Adobe stuff, because that's what I've used before. But I just want to make sure, because there's always going to be some sort of technical thing coming my way, so that's been my main preparation. But doing the trailers and stuff, it's been a good warm up for the film and just creating that tone. I've been nosying in on Ben's shot plan, having a look at it, because it looks great and all the scenes are amazing. But I think I've started to make parts of that with stock footage to just try and create a plan for the rhythm of it. I don't want to sit there, on the 21st with all this footage and not have a sort of a plan for how I'm going to cut it with a good rhythm and how I'm going to cut it for a good meaning. So I've been looking through the scripts and the shot plans people have been making, which are amazing, and just making my own notes and what I'm going to do with it when I've got all the footage on the computer.
And on that same point, how you been approaching planning for obviously working with COVID guidelines? We're still trying to work as safely as possible, and also have our concerns of working eco-friendly as much as possible. Has that affected what you guys have been doing? How have you been preparing for those challenges?
Yeah, we're wearing masks the whole time in the shoot for the crew anyway. The actors obviously have to take it off for the filming section, but otherwise that would be a very COVID-based film. But yeah, we're just kind of taking extra precautions with gear. There's only going to be like a couple of people who are handling all our equipment on set. We do have lots of like hand sanitizing stations, and obviously we're going to be keeping, is it 1 or 2 meters at least from everyone as much as possible. But yeah, we have been looking into the like ways we can actually kind of get around the whole social distancing thing. So we're thinking with the lenses we are going to be using for the film, we're going to be able to make it look like people are closer together, even though they're actually farther away, just due to the lens type and how it kind of, what's the word?
Compress.
Yeah, it just kind of like compresses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just makes it, yeah.
For me as an editor, there's no reason for me to touch anyone, so I think I don't need to touch anybody. So, it's just the general things like when I'm helping set up equipment and that, they're going to spray it down, they're going to keep it safe, I think, Ben, you're going to be in people's faces for the close-ups and stuff, and that's your challenge, whereas I've just got to make sure people throw me the SD cards instead. I'll be all right.
But let's not throw them. We might lose all footage.
I've snapped them before, just picked them up, and it is the worst thing in the world.
It's horrible.
Physically snap your SD card. So no, don't throw me the SD card.
I'm pretty sure we have 2 that we can synchronize together in the same camera, so we've got a backup.
Good. But I mean, in terms of the eco stuff, I think it's the charging routines, because I think it sounds like they're providing a laptop, and I'm going to have my own laptop, and I'm going to be helping out with the equipment as much as I can, COVID safely, and as much as I'm needed for. But it's just making sure that I don't leave my laptop plugged in 24/7, using up all the electricity and stuff. So I've got to create some sort of rota where, it's on, it's off, and it's sustainable. And it's something I might even apply out of shooting, when I'm home if it works. So because it might not only work for just sustainable reasons, it might make sense for, when you're editing portably and stuff like that.
Same with the lighting as well. Gonna make sure we limit that, because it takes a lot of power in them big lamps we're getting. So definitely consider that for eco-friendly section.
Another fun question now. Who plays you in the film about your life's story?
Oh.
No, this one in a few weeks, actually. Made a sneaky comeback.
Channing Tatum, because I'm a massive honk and nobody can disagree with me. No, I don't know, to be fair. But most of my life, how would I want myself to be played by that? Yeah, I'm sticking with Channing Tatum because it's just massive. Sexy man. Everyone likes Channing Tatum. And that's who I want to play me.
I'm so confused.
Honestly, God, that's a hard question. I really don't know. Oh God. I'm just gonna say Spider-Man Tom Holland, because
Fair enough.
I used to do gymnastics, so I can do some backflips and some somersaults, and so that's.
I was once told by I think it was about 4 years old kid came up to me and said, "You look like Spider-Man." I would assume it's Tom Holland, but
That's a compliment.
right, yeah. I mean, I took it as a compliment, but it just sort of was like, oh, okay, child.
There are worse things to look like than Spider-Man, I can tell you that.
There's definitely.
Yes. Well, our final question now. So, I don't know if, as always, I've got to mention. Is there any other points that you guys want to mention? Things that I might have forgotten
You mentioned that you said that in some of the other podcasts that a lot of the film crew have also had experience in like acting and stuff before. That's also something I've kind of grown up with as well. I've done some different acting roles and also kind of mainly around musical theatre as well. So that's another thing. I still kind of do that as well at the side. So I kind of understand like both kind of sides to things, which is also useful as well. I know that a lot of the guys were saying that as well.
Yeah, I think I'm quite similar. I mean, I grew up doing acting probably because I was just the boy that was confident enough to sing. So I got like Macbeth, and I was Macbeth, but it was Macbeth the musical. It was this BBC Macbeth script, but they'd made Macbeth songs. So I was just sat there singing, does a name, in my like prepubescent voice on stage. But then I did stagecoach for like, years or so, and I was like Fat Sam in Bugsy Malone, so I put pillows at my top and sat in my chair and just gave it a big attitude, really. So now I had acting experience, but I've been in choirs and bands and stuff also, so I've always helped out with the musical stuff. I mean, I'm editing a musical at the moment because COVID cancelled it. So similarly, yeah, I do get a little bit of the acting side. Nothing like how skilled any of the actors are on this call. It was more I just put the confidence into it. I wasn't any good.
Mm-hmm. I was always picked on to play Macbeth when we did it in English. Like literally every lesson when we were reading Macbeth, it was like, who's going to read Macbeth? I was like, well, I'll do it then, fine.
Have you done any musicals, Johnny?
I did Bugsy Malone a few years ago. Yeah. I can't remember his name. Was it like, is it Dodger or something? I was the henchman who's really clumsy and then gets pied in the face. And so
is he the one
so I got pied by like 4 or 5 people and then carried off stage multiple times, which is not as fun as it sounds. It was like just a load of shaving foam on a plate smashed in my face. So,
sounds quite entertaining. Would love to see that.
I'll let yourself be carried off. I was also, like when we did things in school, I was always the one being carried around, right? Because I'm really skinny and really small. So I have no weight to me at all. So literally anyone could just pick me up and carry me around. So I was always just like carried around. Whenever we did war things, I was always the soldier who died and got carried on everyone's shoulders.
Oh, you're like my brother. I mean, it's an ongoing joke we had when we made films and younger, because basically anyone who came to my house was a victim and had to act in my film. But my brother lived in my house, so he was a constant victim. So it was a constant joke that my brother was the German soldier that died, because in every short film we made, my brother would die. He would get shot. And after years of it, he got pretty good at falling onto the ground. And the thing is, when it was just me and my brother, he would just return. And in one of our war films, my brother died like 8 times. He'd get shot in the car with ketchup on him. He'd have to in the lounge with ketchup on him. In the garden. Yeah, ketchup was the fake blood, I tell you. Ketchup was the
stuff. Like Who Killed Captain Alex?
Oh, I love Who Killed Captain Alex. Who Killed Captain Alex is amazing.
Who Killed Captain Alex is a treasure. Yeah.
I've played Fagin and Oliver.
Oh, beautiful.
I've played. What have I done? I've been Corny Collins in Hairspray.
Yeah.
And I've done a few other little musical shows as well. I've done West Side Story and Cats as well. So.
Yeah. I mean, my mum's a singing teacher, so I was always in her choirs and her singing shows and stuff. So I've sung stuff from like Wicked and stuff from Oliver and stuff from Cats. And, they're just the classics that you go over again. They're just great stuff, great songs.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, so final question now, which is, as it always is, you'll be familiar with this one, Rob, because you do all the editing. I mean, I say I do the edit. I don't edit. I just watch it all. I was like,
you edit, Johnny. You do.
I don't. I just watch it, and like anytime, like we'll just sit in silence because no one knows who's gonna speak. We just cut that out.
Then
All the embarrassing bits, we cut those out. Right, but I don't like edit it.
I've had tons of fancy graphics. That's what I do. I'm like, okay, Johnny's emailed me the podcast. I download it. I watch it through. I like, you do a bit of colour, you do a bit of audio, but from there it's just what Adobe stock graphics look good, and it's like, oh, let's subscribe here and a follow there, and
Yeah, see them.
just get people to follow on our campaign. Then I just export it, and then depending on whether or not Ben's logo is in it, it takes 5 minutes to 7 hours.
Just put the logo right here quickly.
just on your face.
Yeah.
There you go. What a lovely 8K logo. It's
Nice.
fine. We're filming this over a week in advance. We've got the time.
We got time.
Yeah, so final question. What are you most excited for people to see in Insight?
I think probably everyone said this, but the actual ending of the film, because like there's so many different interpretations. Because I mean, to be fair, lots of people don't know the ending.
Do you know the ending?
No.
Do you know the ending?
Yeah, I don't know. I might do.
I don't think we do. I think
Whoa, hang on a minute.
No, I think. Right, I don't know.
I feel like it.
Yeah, but he's been going to do like the shot list with Arjun and stuff, so he might have inside info.
I hopped into one of their meetings. Yeah,
Yeah.
not sure.
There might be I think there's an extra bit we don't know, but we know like.
I think there is. Well,
I think there's
supposedly the end of it that we've read in the script is the end of it, but like it's clearly not, is it?
Yeah, it's like an ending.
It's like a to be continued ending.
Can I just guess what is your like what's the last thing you know in the end of it?
We can't.
Okay, I'm going to cut this out, or I don't know. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll say it. We'll bleep it, and it'll be really funny because the people watching won't know.
Yeah, but what if we know? We can't say in case we know more than each other. Then it's just
No, because I definitely know I know their least.
okay.
And we won't.
So the last
won't say
thing
if
I've
we know more.
got is
Okay. Yeah.
he knows more.
That's
definitely know more.
message.
Look at that face.
But
He knows.
I technically need to film it.
Very true.
So I know. Yeah, but we're not gonna leak that. Don't worry.
So we gotta bleep that out. We gotta bleep out me saying. Gotta bleep it out again when I just said it again.
Yeah.
Giving you some more work to do, Rob.
No. No, I think Stop saying that. No, I think I'm most looking forward
Have
to.
you told him about a bit when?
No,
Oh, yeah.
the spoilers.
Oh, you might
And
have
when-
to bleep that as well. Sorry.
Stop with the spoilers.
and when she
It's gonna be a constant bleep for like 5 minutes. Isn't
you
it?
have to like do something over her mouth too.
Oh, like a barcode thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just blur your faces out while I'm at it.
It just cuts out redacted. Yeah. I don't know you answered the actual question, Rob.
No,
Did we do the last question? What was
I
it?
think you answered it, and then we got talking about what we know and what we don't know, making Rob bleep it all out.
I am most looking forward to being in that editing room about halfway through the process while making the important decisions and just watching it back and deciding it. But obviously, I'm most looking forward to when it's exported and I can just give it a viewing. When it's exported for the 5th time and it's like Insight Film Final 7, file name will be. I want to watch Insight Film Final 7 and just think back to the process, looking at Ben work on set, and that's going to be my highlight. It's like a drug. Exporting a final copy, you just get this rush of like, it's done. It looks amazing.
After 5 long days of exporting it.
After 5
Five.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. We'll have to see what the MIFA laptop's like. It sounds like it's good specs, so it might be faster than this.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So that's the end of our questions. It's the end of our discussion, more or less, I suppose. So, yeah, thank you for watching us have a chat, and thank you for supporting us. And if you're not following us on our social medias, then please do go and do that. The links to all that will be. Oh, you can see Ben's pointing.
Below.
It's below. Go find them
Probably just
below.
point Ben's head. No,
So
Ben, Ben is the link.
No, I'm here. I'm here. Johnny's here, and Rob's here. Like,
yeah, but you're down there.
No, you're at the bottom for us.
I'll just put the links on somebody's face. I don't know. Whoever's at the bottom. Hashtag ad. Buy Vibe.
Go and support Vibe Clothing.
Top quality stuff.
Ben's clothing brand. So go and support that if you want to. The links to that, just put over Ben's face.
Over Ben's face. There you go.
Use code the tribe for 15% off.
Oh,
did you use that code, Rob?
Focus. I didn't use that code.
You should have used that code. If you join the mailing list on the website.
I'm on the mailing list. Don't worry. It's I'll use that code for my second purchase when this when this is covered in tears from the exporting and editing, sweat from the editing suite.
It does go in the washing machine.
No washing machine will remove the editing tears.
Oh no.
So yes, thank you for watching us and your continued support and all of that. We're going to go now, so join us next week for the final podcast with members of the team. And then whether or not we'll do some more after that. I think after that, the week after that, we'll be doing it. We'll be filming it. So who knows where we'll go after that. But yeah, join us for that next week. And thank you again for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.